involved now for many years with innovations in the medical area, in multiple disciplines of the medical area. You know, in today's world, bringing clinical or medical product from idea to commercialization is a very complex way. It's a complex in the way of IP, it's a complex in the way of clinical trials, regulatory reimbursement. How do you see us as a more experienced people, can handhold, mentor, and help the young entrepreneurs to find the way through the labyrinth of the complexity, taking also into the account that the unmet needs left becoming more and more difficult rather than easier?
Sure. Well, I think healthcare innovation is obviously, as you know, a team sport. So it can't be done just by the physician or the pharmacist or the medical device entrepreneur. It has to come all together. And I think those of us who've been in this space for a while, number one, can obviously still help with the unmet need, because many innovators think they have the solution, but they don't understand the entire environment around that. So they need to come into the clinic, go into the operating room, really experience things. Two, there's this new opportunity, especially in the last few years, to converge technologies. So where it used to be you were just a medical device person or maybe a pharma person, it's now the blending of apps and sensors and devices and data. So there's the opportunity for those of us who have a little more gray hair to mentor, but we'll also be aware that the world's moving very, very quickly, and some of the old models can be reinvented. So how clinical trials might be done might be leveraging wearable devices and apps, which weren't here 5 years ago. We may layer in new forms of prototyping that weren't available as well, 3D printing and beyond. But I think for the new innovator, it's a very ripe field because there's still many unmet needs, but there's new ways and approaches that can be blended with experience to get through that maze faster and more effectively.
You have a lot of experience, and it was, of course, mentioned at your talk at the conference about the emerging e-health. Mm-hmm. Israel is kind of strong in information technologies, in computer sciences. What does it take to bring entrepreneurs who understand the basic computer science and IT technologies into exploring e-health? And to what degree you think people like yourself, ourselves, the clinical world, and the leading physicians, both in Israel and the United States, can help in leading these entrepreneurs to bring solutions and products basically to reduce the healthcare cost globally?
Sure. Well, the idea behind e-health or connected health is now that the patient can become engaged in understanding their own information, like a diabetic, can not only just record their blood sugar or their blood pressure on a piece of paper, but have that information integrated to an app, and then their clinician or their healthcare team can help optimize that, for example, modulating insulin as one example. And so the role of the clinician and the healthcare system is to start trying these things, because they're not a traditional pill or traditional device. We need to blend the prescription of a drug or a device with an application. We need to start rewarding the feedback loops, engaging patients in different ways, and the fact just like if I prescribe you a medicine for hypertension, it's not the same for you as everybody else. I need to personalize that to some degree. So someone who's a computer scientist and understands how to program can layer on now user interface, user design elements, ways that you might respond to points or to badges, and I might respond to dollar incentives or other elements. So I think e-health can be blended with personalized medicine based on personality, based on user interface, based on incentives that are different, and can dramatically improve outcomes. Specifically, and my favorite analogy is like your car. You know more about the health of your car than you do of your own body. You get a check engine light that turns on when something might be wrong. By blending e-health, mobile, sensors, big data, artificial intelligence, we can combine those to give you more insight into yourself for both prevention, early diagnosis, and then as a clinician or a patient to manage the disease in a smarter way. But the challenge is, and one of the opportunities here in Israel, especially because you have the Kapot Halim and the more connected system, is to leverage that data. I might prescribe you and say, okay, here's a device. I want to prescribe you exercise and an app to do that. And you'll know that Dr. Kraft is going to be watching you a little bit, and that's going to change your behavior just enough to make a big difference in months or years, and hopefully not only save money, but improve your health and that of the whole society.
Thank you, Daniel. You know, you mentioned in your talk earlier today connectivity as a very important element. I think there is a need to enhance connectivity between the young entrepreneurs and people like yourself, ourselves, the clinical world. We have started at the ICI a new website called Innovation that was also presented just before your talk. And I presume this is a room to collaborate between some of your activities in the United States with this website that's supposed to be global. It's not Israeli, it's absolutely global, to help and mentor the entrepreneurs to make the cost of building products more cost efficient and faster into the market. So I presume you'll be able to help us a great deal on this new venture here.
I would love to help, of course, and I think a website like that with the right structure can expose the unmet needs, the technologies that might be available that one innovator is not aware of, so you're not reinventing the wheel. You can use something that's been built by another entrepreneur to stand on the shoulder of giants. And the future of medicine, again, is the layering of technologies and experience so that we can understand the unmet need, take some new technologies and old approaches and blend them together. So having a site like this, I think can speed up innovation and also inspire and enable a new generation of entrepreneurs to be connected to the more mature entrepreneurs to bring new solutions to the market and improve ourselves, our own health, that of our society in Israel and beyond.
I think this is fantastic, Daniel, and we are looking forward to continuous collaboration with you. I think your visit to the ICI was for us a milestone, and we highly appreciate you taking the time and the effort to come here and to talk to us. And we are looking forward actually to continuous communication through the website of innovation, through other means, during the year until the next ICI, we can again sum up where we stand in a year time from today. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, and thank you for having me at ICI. I think the work you're doing here is changing healthcare. The world that I come from, partly which is Singularity University, which has many Israeli partners and students and collaborators, is an amazing blend where we can look at where the puck is going in technology and aim our solutions to a brighter future. And I'm proud to have taken a small part. So, toda rabah.